All right, Steele and Vance, get on in here, because Linda, we have to welcome yet again another plethora of new viewers to the program.
The transphobic crowd?
Yeah.
Last week we were talking about a rally that went bad. It was supposed to celebrate Transgender Rights Day or something, and there were some transphobic protesters that got in the mix, and one of them got poked and punched in the nose. Anyway, we talked about it, and oh my goodness, there was a whole bunch of people coming out of the woodwork. So I thought this would maybe, since we have new fans, they might enjoy seeing this new video, because we know you're not comfortable with the trans crowd or drag queens. So maybe if you saw some of your Republican heroes as drag queens, it might make it more palatable.
Smooth.
Yeah, so
smooth
here's
it out
like
for you.
this clever little video that we saw this week. We're starting with, I believe, who is it? Oh, Lindsey Graham. These are all of your favorite
There's Clarence Thomas.
conservative
That's
heroes
Steve
as
Bannon.
drag queens.
Yeah.
My favorite is coming out.
Josh Hawley. So great.
After the
Kevin
speaker.
McCarthy, I mean, looking fabulous.
Oh, yeah, look at Ron DeShanty. Now this is my favorite. Mother Pins.
Rudy.
Anyway, I mean, you got to laugh about it because the world is so angry these days. But oh my, the emails that we received.
Can I just say, off the hop, thank you for the free rent. It's been fabulous. Honestly, though,
In people's heads?
Yes,
Yeah.
I feel it's interesting, Linda, because I want to point to one in particular. We're not going to put it up there. We're not going to say anybody's names on here or whatever. But by all means, send off the defamation lawsuit that we're apparently going to be.
What? For what? How did we defame someone?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But the thing I found really interesting while people were, because when you have nothing to really fight about, you go to insults, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody posted, "Who are these people? I don't know them, but they sure have aged."
Oh.
I'm like, okay. Woo!
You know what? Don't care. Still alive. It doesn't hurt my feelings one bit.
Aging is a privilege, people. Let's talk about Bud Light and that fallout.
yeah, right.
We did that in What the Hell is Wrong with People
Because
last week.
Kid Rock was super mad that this transgender influencer was kind of teamed up with the Anheuser-Busch Bud Light folks.
Dylan Mulvaney,
So,
Goddard.
yeah,
Yeah.
what was it? Kid Rock blew them all away with an AR-15, a bunch of beer, not the trans.
Grandpa's having a bad day.
But they're getting called out on it. Howard Stern is saying, come on, people, I don't get it. I don't understand why people are so mad. To me, I just don't understand what all the rage is about.
Yeah, it's garbage.
We should have called this segment,
Oh, yeah.
Calm
we gotta,
down.
we got to do this, okay,
Calm
everybody?
down, people, yes. Okay. Everyone take a deep breath. Everyone's allowed to love who they love and be who they are, and if it's not hurting anyone, it's none of your business.
How about that? Okay, and along those lines, we're going to calm down and thank our sponsor of the show, Cascadia Liquor. It's time for your pour of the week. Linda Steele, what are you pouring over there?
We are pouring a little Mission Hill Reserve Rosé,
Okay.
as we like to do on Thursdays, because it's the wrap up to the week and all the crazy things that have been happening. So sometimes you need just a little glass of wine to calm down.
Calm down. I'm going to have my Surf Citrus Yuzu Smash, because I'm rocking
White
that.
Claw, that's what we were pouring
low
last
sugar,
week.
right?
So, yeah, and you know what? We have a big show. We got a lot of things coming up.
Let's get
We
to
have
it.
the Vancouver Mayor Ken Sim coming on. We've been asking him. He's been a little busy decamping the downtown east side, taking a lot of heat for that. I don't know what they were supposed to do, because that one's kind of a no-win situation.
No, we're going to get into it with him, and there was a lot of standing around wondering when the 4 pillars were going to take place, and ultimately it came down to what the fire chief said, Karen Fry said
Safety.
a year ago, this is not safe for anybody. So, and then the police get pulled in, and all these decisions need to be made. So we're going to talk about that with Mayor Ken Sim. He's going to join us in studio, extended interview. We'll also talk about rezoning, permitting, budgets, housing. There's a lot to get to with the mayor.
Shelter space and
Shelter
the lack
space,
thereof.
yes, yeah.
But also, we're going to talk about people who have, we've talked about prolific offenders a lot, and they are responsible, apparently, for a tsunami of shoplifting. We've seen police right across the province dealing with this. But also, here's something I saw in the Financial Post, that average Canadians who are feeling the pinch, who are mad at Big Grocery, are starting to go, yeah, I'm not going to sort of scan that T-bone steak or that chunk of cheddar cheese, because I'm going to, you know, get the man, and I'm going to just get it for free.
That boggles my mind. Maybe it was just drilled into me by my parents that you just don't do that. But the story in the Financial Post
Financial Post
about a dad explaining this to his son while he's stealing from
Why
the
didn't he feel bad about it? He said he's
stores.
going to stop doing it now a little bit just because he's noticed they're watching and doesn't want to get caught.
Guess what? It costs us all money when you shoplift.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
We have the GM of Loss Prevention for London Drugs.
I'm looking forward to that. Tell us, the mask mandates have been dropped in long-term care homes. This past week, you went to visit Dad without...
It was weird. I walked in and for the first time they said, oh, you don't need to wear a mask and you don't need to be rapid tested anymore. And I said, so I don't, like, I can walk right into his neighborhood without wearing a mask. She said, yeah, whatever you want. And so I wasn't sure what to do, to be honest. So I looked around and didn't see anybody. No one else is wearing a mask. Okay, so I guess I'm going to not wear a mask, but it doesn't feel good. And I got to Dad's word. I thought, I'm going to put my mask on.
And everybody should do what they want. It should be noted, the mandate has been lifted. But if you feel more comfortable wearing a mask, you should. If you don't feel as comfortable, look at your sweet dad.
Just saw him this week.
Love.
Yeah, every time I see him, he goes, well, are you still wearing that thing? And he points to the mask. Yeah.
So I had a really busy week as well. I'm going to update you on this in the future, but I went walking down this hallway on my way in to visit the Attorney General. I had a meeting with Nikki Sharma and her team, along with Jesse Miller from Mediated Reality. I'll tell you about it later in the show because it's too much to get into. We got too many hot headlines.
So let's dig into that. We had what was sort of flagged as being a major announcement yesterday in Nanaimo, which has had a big problem with prolific offenders. The Attorney General, the Premier, the Public Safety Minister, everybody was there, the MLA, and what they announced was a re-announcement where they were going to have a bunch of hubs that were going to deal with prolific offenders.
Okay.
So they're going to have teams of police and prosecutors and probation officers working together to decide how to deal with prolific violent offenders.
Deterrence.
Yeah. And
deterrence. We need deterrence. What is it? 40 criminals in BC are responsible for 1,000 arrests over the past year. I actually watched Pierre Poilievre's press briefing that he did in Alberta earlier today. And it was interesting because he's the king of the catchphrases, right? And he said, more jail, less bail. And I thought, ooh, that might resonate with people.
Oh, I'm sure it would. Anyway,
because people are looking for some consequences as a deterrent. If somebody saw somebody else not walk in having done something illegal and then walk out later that hour and then do something illegal and then walk back in and then walk out.
Well, what about consequences for people who are attacking each other on public transit? Because we were hearing about this a lot in Ottawa, in the East, Toronto. Now we're hearing about it here. We had the ISIS-related, somebody attempted beheading. Now we have a teenager dead after being stabbed on a bus in Surrey.
A targeted
RCMP
stabbing.
are stepping up some kind of enhanced coverage around transit stations, but what
parents
is going on?
Are terrified. Like, this is a 17-year-old, regardless of it was targeted, that still makes everybody feel unsafe because we all know that mistakes happen on the targets and on the bus. But having kids free ranging and riding public transit, we're all told we should use transit more and more, and here we are now as a mom of a 15-year-old looking at that and hearing the story of him reaching out to his mom in the midst of it all, and she was there trying. By the time she got there, he had been stabbed. It's just a tragic, horrifying story, and you know, it just seems to be almost daily.
I know, which is why we're talking about it on the show. We're also talking about sports. So
Bo Horvat,
the former Vancouver Canucks captain, kind of made people a little bit mad when he's now a New York Islander, right, a center. And this is what he said about Vancouver recently.
How does this rank for you in playoff pushes, the excitement of this building and the fans' involvement over the last couple of games?
Yeah, I mean, it's been unbelievable. It's a lot better than Vancouver, I'll tell you that for free.
Thanks, Bo.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it was brilliant. It was brilliant. That is absolutely sports trash talk at its best. And then the next day, he made himself available and he said this.
It was kind of the heat of the moment thing where, you know, I didn't mean any disrespect to the fans of Vancouver or, my teammates or, the city of Vancouver at all.
Yeah, it didn't matter because the Penthouse strip club, which is famous for its marquee, threw this one up to say, well, you can read it yourself, despite the kind of a swear word there.
A little bit. I have to say that it's brilliant by Bo Horvat. I mean, what a way to endear yourself to your new club, the new fan base, having been the much beloved captain. And the Islanders have already gone through, historically, having the Vancouver captain transported out
exactly.
there, and Trevor was like weepy, and there was a big "We love you, Trevor" when the Islanders first came back here, and Bo was like, "Not going to do it that way here. Do it different."
Okay,
I
a
kinda
couple of
dug
other
it.
things. If you read the Vancouver Sun or any of the
this
broadsheet
heartbreaks me.
papers, things are changing. So I talk this picture from Twitter the other day. This is one of the reporters at the Vancouver Sun, basically saying that they're all being sent home and they're going to sell off that lease space. They're not going to pay for it anymore. All journalists going to work from home. And as someone who worked decades in a newsroom, that makes me sad because newsrooms are super fun places.
And they're collaborative, right? It's like, I got a tip.
Lot of
What do you know?
energy.
I'm going to call. I'm going to do, which you can totally do from home. But that water cooler is real, particularly in a newsroom, and I think even more so in a print newsroom. So
Yeah.
there's that. I know we've got Cascadia Liquor, and if you want to go to any of their locations on Vancouver Island to get your liquor, that's great. But maybe
Locally
someday
owned and
soon
operated.
in Vancouver, you can go
Yeah.
to a grocery store.
Well, because I don't know why this hasn't happened. In Vancouver, they wanted to do a wine store within a grocery store. And so most of the grocery stores were like, yeah, we're not doing that.
No.
So the Vancouver City Council has just changed it. A motion came forward. They said, yeah, now you could potentially buy a bottle of wine in a grocery store just like an adult.
Just like an adult.
So we'll
in the
see if
United
that
States, you can
happens.
buy that at a gas station. I mean, come on.
20, 30 years ago.
The Bank of Canada rate is standing pat, so I just want to slide that into
Yeah.
our headlines here. And also, one more thing real quick. Terry Fox t-shirt. We talk about our boyfriend Ryan Reynolds all the time. He designed the shirt for Terry's 2023 run.
Oh,
I
you
took
got
this
yours. Very
yeah,
nice.
I got it. I love it. It's great. Highly recommend it. Go to terryfoxfoundation.org and buy your t-shirt.
$1 million sold?
Already raised $1 million on that
Fantastic.
t-shirt. And the run isn't even until 09/17/2023, September 17th of
Wow.
this year is the run. So lots of time to buy your shirt. There
Okay,
you go.
coming
All right.
up?
Yeah, later in the show, as we mentioned, Mayor Ken Sim is going to make his very first appearance on Steel and Bats, and we have some very specific questions for him.
And up next, the hidden cost of shoplifting. From cheaters at the self-serve checkout to violent, prolific offenders swarming stores and threatening staff, we're all paying the price.